Hello, dear leaders of Wellstar. This is Christian Wiesner, your CEO, with the training How to Become a Founder in 2018 and why you want to really go full power this year to make sure you're one of the first leading founders of Wellstar. All the information I give you in this training you can also find in your back office, section 5, incentives and promotion, and download the Fast Fun Founder leaflet as well as the founder brochure to have all the information in writing and to share to your downline. Now let's get started immediately. To understand the value of the founder, of course, you have to understand our long-term 5-year plan, because the founder is like income shares, and shares only have big value when the company gets big. So you have to understand the big picture, the big potential, and the big size Wellstar will have in the future, so to get really excited to understand what do you do now. You work this year to earn the next 5 to 10 years. That's what you're doing, and that's what I want to show you right now. Okay, so let's get started. What is the plan? Every company has the value through its product. So the product is the quality of the company. Like the car is the value for Mercedes and the iPhone is the value for Apple, we have the biggest value because we have simply the best product. And if you look at our range we already have today with the beauty high-tech products, facelifter, eye lifter and groomster, then you see we already have the right products to become the next Apple of beauty, meaning we have 100 billion euro potential. But now already we go in the next market. We're not only changing the face cam market, we're also changing, we are a game changer in the fitness market, where we have the body lifter already today in the market, and in the future we have another device called the body styler, so you can be already excited for that. But now in January we start a totally new campaign we call the Clean and Lean campaign. We start on your regional convention, so you have to be extremely excited about that one, because with that campaign we launch a toolbox for you to get tens of thousands of bodylifter customers, because they are now right there in the moment ready to lose weight, to make thoughts about how to lose 5 to 10 kilograms, how to detox their body to be more healthy for the new year. So we have a fantastic campaign that we will launch now in January, which will make your volume with the fitness market explode. And then already in 4 months, we know the hair growth market starts with a revolutionary patented product. That means we will take over the market, which is a value of hundreds of billions worldwide. That is a revolution, because nobody has the chance that we will launch on that day, also patented. And of course, on that day, we start a brand new several hundred billion euro market. The question is very simply, how many people do you want to have on that convention when we launch that fantastic new product line? And that is not enough, because also on the same convention we already pre-launch the next product line, which will be the first device in the health market. And if you would know what I already know today, if you would know already what will happen on that day, trust me, you couldn't sleep another single night. That will be a volume and PV explosion what will happen on that day. So that is a pre-launch, meaning we will show you what we will launch a few months later, and you have every reason to be excited, but not only to be excited, but to prepare yourself. And we have even more news, because we are now at the moment building on the biggest e-commerce platform of the world. And what does it mean for you? We want to automate our business as much as possible, so you can really focus on the activities that you really need to do, customer and team building. But we help you by launching a fully automated recruiting system, a fully automated customer shopping and follow-up system, and a fully automated customer referral building system. And what does it mean for you? Simply 5 to 10 times the turnover in the same time, because the more automated we can make the processes, the more efficient everything works and the more turnover you can do. So that is absolutely unique on the market. No company in the world has what we will launch, and that gives you the top position in all these markets. Now, if you look at our potential, you see that we are at the same time revolutionizing 4 different markets. We are totally changing the market of fitness, totally changing the market of beauty, totally changing the market of hair growth, and we will totally change the health market. And all these 4 markets together have a crazy volume potential of 2,000 billions all over the world. Now, if you want to be negative and say, okay, I cannot imagine that more than 5% of people will buy such a device. Well, okay, for me, that is the first 100 billion euro that we can do within the next 10 to 20 years. So that is a nice potential. That's a good task to work for. And as Apple needed 30 years to become the worldwide #1, why should we not have this plan for the next 10 to 20 years? Such a success, of course, doesn't come overnight. But if you're ready to put in some good years, that means for you long-term wealth. You will never ever again for the rest of your life think about financial situations, problems, or whatsoever if you go into these 4 markets crazy and start your business full power now. And of course, the potential goes bigger as bigger goes our markets. That's why we are expanding this year in the next 3 markets, which are Russia, which are Ukraine, and which are Kazakhstan. And these 3 markets, also called the CIS markets, the Community of International States for East Europe, means very simply a potential of 300 million people. And there are a lot of direct sales companies that do up to 50% of all their worldwide volume only in these 3 countries, because people are hungry to make money. They're hungry, really hungry for beauty products, and they want to have new wealth. That means that are very hard workers. And also do not forget, these countries are your door to Asia. And if we open the year later Asia, you can have a potential of altogether 5 billion people in your downline. And that is, of course, a crazy potential. What will happen in the next 2 to 3 years, I believe most people do not have the slightest idea. They don't have the slightest imagination. Otherwise, they would not even go to bed in the evening. They would stand up all night and make telephone calls and actions to build their business right now. So if we have a very solid volume plan, this is our next 5-year plan, which you see we plan very solid from 100 million this year, just 300 million next year, including Russia and Asia, and then to 1, 2, 3 billion in the next 5 years. So you see that's a very solid plan. And if you only do this plan, let me show you what is potentially possible for you. Now, to meet this potential, we made a decision with the leaders to increase our founder pool in 2 areas. Number 1, we increased the payout from 6.25% to 7% payout. That means much more income for the founders. And in the same moment, we could increase the payout numbers of partners. We could increase the number of payout partners, meaning very simply, altogether from about 1,300 people that were in the founder pool before, from presidents and ambassadors, now we are over 4,000 partners that possibly can qualify for the pool. And what does it mean for you? Very simple. You can have now a good 5-year plan and plan the next 5 years how you want to qualify your position and your income. And you can see still you can earn very good money. There's enough money for all of us. 50,000, 100,000, 300,000, 700,000, more than $1 million per year, just because you go founder in the next years. And if you want to make more income, of course, you can go even to the top position, from 1-star to Royal Crown Ambassador, and the sky is your limit. So you can see crazy wealth that you get as a participation in income shares per year, every single year, if we reach our 10 billion plan. Now you will say, but Christian, what is till then? Well, let's have a look at our 5-year plan. If we do only 100 million this year, and next year we grow like I showed you in the 5-year plan before, and you go regional vice president this year, you start with 6,750 euro. The next year you go 1 level higher, you're at 20,000 euro, and the next year you go 1 level higher as IVP, and you're on 67,000 euro. So you grow and the company grow. And if you have a 5-year plan and you start as an RVP, and in 5 years you are a Crown Ambassador, altogether accumulated, only in the founder program you earned 834,188 euro. not so bad for being an RVP this year. If you are already an RVP and say, hey, I can plan MVP or IVP, well, same procedure. You take one more level every year and you will have 1.8 million to 3.5 million founder money in the next 5 years, because you are right there at the front of the beginning and you're growing with the company. That is your potential. And if you're crazy enough to go this year to ambassador or crown ambassador, well, look at yourself. There is plenty of wealth in multi-billion euro market. This is an historical chance. This is a chance of a lifetime that you all have if you can start right now and plan your next 5 years. Never ever in your whole life you will build wealth, long-lasting wealth, long-lasting residual income wealth so fast like in the next 5 years with the WellStar Founder Plan. And of course, we also have some nice thank yous, small or bigger presents that we like to give you every year when you make a position. If you, let's say, for instance, make a regional vice president position, you get a very exclusive Mont Blanc pen engraved with your name as a member of the Founder Club. The moment you go national president, you will have a very exclusive, fine leather bag with a founder. Of course, shows everybody that you are a proud member of the Founder Club. If you like to have a holiday, go IVP and you and your spouse will be invited for a 1 week luxury, no limit founder retreat holiday. And that is, of course, absolutely crazy. For this, you just qualify or re-qualify as international vice president. So if you like to go to a holiday with the CEO and have a week, you will never forget luxury poor, the best holiday of your life, then qualify for the IVP or re-qualify for the IVP. And of course, as the ambassador, you will have a big fat 24 karat ambassador gold ring, of course, for the ladies, a little bit more elegant. And of course, if you are a crown ambassador, the difference are lots of diamonds on the crown ambassador ring. And of course, for the ladies, a beautiful, very, very beautiful, put together with lots of diamonds, diamond crown ambassador founder ring. So that's what you really want to have. And if you help the first leaders in your team to go ambassador, you can go ambassador 1 star. You have a very nice big bang Hublot gold watch. So that is a very beautiful present. And from 2 star, you will have that watch full of diamonds. So that is a crazy, crazy price. And if you want to have one more watch for your spouse, then of course, please go 3 star, because then you and your spouse, each of one, will get such a nice watch. From 4 star, we have very special prizes, because 4 star means 4 different legs, which each an ambassador, which is crazy good success. And we will get you travel time in a Learjet. Correctly, you heard it. So over a 3 years period, we will buy you Learjet time for 300,000 euro. And that means every year you can spend 100,000 euro just for flying around in the Learjet. Meaning every 2 months, you go with your leaders together and fly to the next convention with the Learjet. I think that will be very nice Instagram or Facebook photos when you say on the way to the yearly convention in our company Learjet. Just think about this. This will be the future, and you have seen there are nice places for many partners to become 4 star Crown Ambassador founder, and of course have the Learjet bonus. If you are a 5 star, you have 400,000 expense allowance for the Learjet, plus you get another €1,000,000 as extra bonus for your dream house. But of course, please remember there are 7 places for the 5 star, so please do not be number 8. Otherwise, you have to build your house yourself. So if you are one of the first 7, okay, then you get from the company a €1,000,000 founder dream house bonus. And that, of course, allows you already to build some nice houses. Of course, if you are royal, the house will be a little bit bigger, 3 million for the exclusive founder dream house bonus, plus 500,000 euro for the Learjet flying bonus. So that, I think, makes a lot of sense. A lot of flying hours you will get and you can spend in the luxury that you deserve for doing all the fantastic work. So very simply, make yourself a plan right now. Sit with your sponsor, plan the next month to requalification or new qualification of the position. That's very important. Plan the first quarter, plan this year, and also do not forget to plan the next 5 years. Put this in front of the desk so every morning you wake up, you know why you are here. You know why you are doing this. You do this to help a lot of people to get financial freedom. People that have no hope, people that have no future, people that are a little bit too old, people that maybe people say can't get a job. You can help that everybody can dream again of a better life, of financial freedom, and you are the key. So work 5 years like never before and help others, and then live a life others not even dare to dream of for the rest of your life. And trust me, the rest of your life is a long time. So you better work now to have a fantastic rest of your life. I see you all at the Payout Founder Gala next year on the 5th of January, the Saturday, 2019. Mark this already in your calendar and write the position you want to have, because as I told you, next year is payout time. So you work this year not only for a nice pin or a present, you work for cash. And as you can see already this year, there will be a nice payout. And what does it mean? Normally, you know from the founder plan, the minimum volume for the whole company is 500,000 PV, so we can pay out the founder money, because that's the minimum volume that we need to pay out such a big bonus to the leaders. Now, I made a commitment that I said, okay guys, and leaders and women, yes, all of you, I commit to 200,000 PV that I want to do with my new legs. And of course, a lot of people smiled, and that's why I said, look, I'm so serious that I reduce the minimum PV volume that the leaders that are now in the business, the so-called old leaders, need to do. So normally you need to do 500,000, which you really can do easily if you put yourself now to work. Okay, so that is very, very important. So qualify and re-qualify for real cash. And I'm very sure we will do even much more. We will do the 100 million euro volume, and then you can see real cash plus the nice extra prizes, holiday bags, pens, watches, rings, Learjets, everything is available for you. So 6 to 20,000 euro as an RVP to IVP, 42,000 to 200,000 as an ambassador to 1-star, and 350 to 2.6 million euro as a 2-star to Royal Crown Ambassador. The question is, how much do you want to earn already this year, and show your friends and leaders what is possible with Wellstar? All right, so I think you have big goals, put the highest, biggest goals, and always remember Sir Richard Branson, if your goals don't scare you, then they are probably not big enough. Maybe you want to go 1 or 2 levels higher and go full power. Now let's have a look how you do it. How do you qualify for the founder pool? Step 1 is, of course, you qualify the 4 weeks, meaning you go through the normal fast run like first year, but this is now a pre-qualification. Pre-qualification means you do this and you have your founder position for sure. Nobody can take that again from you. That is a fixed reservation of your founder place. You can double your points like you know it with 10 E1 PV. That means first line PV of direct sponsored partners plus their customers. Plus you have a ticket for the next big event, okay? And then you see the qualification is quite simple. Regional Vice President, first week 40 BV, second week 50 BV, third week 50 BV, and fourth week 60 BV. So that is a very simple plan, and because you can double, meaning with only 20 PV the first week, you're already qualified RVP first week. Okay, second week 25, third week 25, fourth week 30. All right, so you see, quite simple, easy to do. You all can do it, and you can qualify many, many, many new president founders. National, international, the same. You can double your points, 4-week qualification. So fantastic. Now, after the pre-qualification, immediately the months after starts the full qualification. Remember, you have a founder position reservation. We will reserve the position for you for 6 months. But you need to do the full qualification to put the reservation into a full qualification. Okay, so nobody can take that position for you except yourself. So you don't want to miss the full qualification. So once you finished your 4 weeks, don't stop working. Okay, just stabilize your volume. You don't have to grow so much. Remember, the regional vice president was 200 BV if you add up all the 4 weeks. So if you add up 200 BV times 3 is 600. You see, you only do 100 BV more in the next 3 months accumulated. So now you don't have to do that per week. You don't need it, but you can simply accumulate the volume. And if in average you do 230 BV or less than 60 BV per week in average, you're easily and fully qualified for the first quarter, second quarter, 100 BV more, which is about 267 BV a month, so also only a little bit slightly more. So it's not about growing very much, it's about stabilizing the volume and show that you are a reliable leader that has a stable business to become a truly trusted founder of this company. Here you have the 50% rule. I will explain that in a minute, but just for you to know. And National Vice President is the same, 3 months plus a little bit 10 to 20%. So it's also more about stabilizing. And of course, you can here also in all the qualifications double your points, meaning from 700 PV to 1,400 BV. Yeah, so that is possible for you, easy to qualify. Of course, in that 3 months, every month you need your 10 E1. So every month you want to have double points, you need to have 10 E1, plus you need to have a ticket for the next big event. Okay, very, very simple. Here the structure volume is outside the 2 strongest leg 10%. So it's a little different, but it's not more complicated. I will show you in a minute. Actually, it's even easier. So you can just have a third leg. And with that third or more legs, you do 10% for the structure. I show you in a minute what does that mean. Okay, very, very simple. You know now how it works. Now, very important, the requalification for all the founders that did their qualification in 2017. Perfect. Of course, you want to earn money on 2018. You want to get paid. Then we need some activity from you. We need to see that you help us to fill the founder pool, so we have active leaders that understand now we build leaders, now we need leaders that build the company. So you see, you have the same numbers. So you do the same like the new partners without the pre-qualification. So you don't need the first 4 weeks, but you do the same qualification like their full qualification, the same numbers as your requalification. Yeah? Very simple, the same BV and PV like the full qualification of the new partners without your pre-qualification, so without the first 4 weeks. The only difference is you start immediately in January. Yes, so very, very important. That means this month you are already in the qualification and it goes till March, and then the second quarter is from April till June. I go back one slide and I claim one more time. The full qualification for the new partner starts always the month after the starting month. Okay, so if you start your fast run in January and it ends sometime in February, the following month after your starting month, okay, your first 3 months started. So that's your accumulation time. You cannot choose it or move it. This is a fixed period. And when February, March, April is over, immediately May, June, July starts also. So you can also not move it. This is clearly shown for the stability. Okay, let's go back to the old partners. For you, you have the same, but because you have no pre-qualification, you start immediately now in January, meaning January, February, March, first fixed period, and immediately second quarter, April, May, June. There's no possibility to requalify after that. That means if you miss that period, if you do not requalify in that time, you're not in. Okay, very important to know. One more thing for you, you can requalify in a lower position, meaning if you are a national vice president, you can qualify for national vice president with that volume that you see, or if you don't do that volume, you can still requalify for a lower position. You get less money, but you get some money. Okay, so now you're a national vice president, you say for some reason I cannot do that volume, I cannot imagine doing that volume. Do not worry, just do the regional vice president volume and you have that requalification on the lower level for sure, and then maybe till the summer qualify for a higher position. Okay, so that is the possibility that is available for you. Of course, as an IVP, you can requalify as an IVP or lower, meaning MVP or RVP. Very, very simple. Now let's have a look about structured volume. On the left side, you see the 50% rule, which is applicable for the regional vice presidents. Now, in the first quarter, for the full or requalification, you need 700 BV as an RVP. What does it mean practically? 50% from that needed volume of 700 BV means maximum 350 BV in the strong leg and maximum 350, minimum 350 BV in the second leg or second plus third leg or second plus third and more legs. So 50% of the volume that you need outside your strongest leg. Very simple. Okay, 50% of the volume that you need 700, so 350 in this example outside your number one strong leg, minimum. Okay, now let's have a look at the MVP on the right side. Here you have 10% outside your two strongest leg. That means now we add up leg number 1 and 2 together. Doesn't matter who makes how much, as long as they're stronger than leg number 3 or 4 or 5, because leg number 1 and 2 are the two strongest leg. And this two strongest leg can make 90% of the volume together, and leg number 3, 4, 5, etc. together have to make minimum 10%. So that is very simple. If you are an MVP, all we ask you, please open a third active leg. And if you need 1400 BV in this example, 10% of that means 140 BV outside your two strongest leg, which is around less than 50 BV per month in that 3 months period. 25 PV. So really simple, but still you need to do it. So please open that minimum third leg. Okay, so very understandable. And of course now you also need to build some new directors, and that means very simple. As you can see, in that full or requalification period, we want to see some business building. So if you are an RVP, IVP, or if you're an ambassador, crown ambassador, till the end of the 6 months, yes, for the RVP to IVP, we want to see 2 new director legs. So you have to help 2 people to become director till the end of your 6 months period. Very, very simple. And as an ambassador to Royal Crown Ambassador, you have to help 3 director legs, 3 new people to become director till the end of your 6 months. This is important because leaders should also recruit regularly new partners to stabilize their business, to grow their business, and that's what we ask. It is absolutely possible. Now, very important for you, some extra points. Number 1, you can also use the founder position to have the higher position for the normal bonus plan. So you can use your fast run position. If you have 4 weeks fast run and you, let's say, make the regional vice president or national or whatever till Royal Crown Ambassador, you use only 4 weeks and have also a higher position in the normal bonus plan, which gives you much more startup commission on your new partners, level bonus, etc., etc. So you make more money in all the areas. But of course, you only qualified for 4 weeks, so we want to see that you have a stable volume, and that means you have the position immediately, but now on the first step only for 6 months. Okay, and only if you finish your full qualification correctly. So we see, hey, he did it 4 weeks, plus he did full qualify the other 6 months. Now you get the position, okay, till it's a nice long time. And then, of course, like the normal bonus plan, requalify once a year. Okay, so you do it 4 weeks, you have it for 6 months, you requalify in the 6 months, you have it till the end of next year. Okay, very, very, very simple. New partners, of course, can start the fast run always with their startup program. So when you start by the end of the month, you start by the end of the month. Whenever you start, you can start your fast run. Or as a new partner, also like the old partners, you start every month in the first or second week. Why did we do it? It's very important. Only if we work together at the same time, we have the same energy, we have the same strategy, and we have the same momentum. Yeah? This is very, very important, and we have the same focus, and not everybody's doing what they want. So in the team, we want to work together, and that means you decide in your team, we start on the first week or we start on the second week, but that's the only 2 weeks you can start. January is the only exception because when you came to the Founder Gala, the first week was already over. So that's why in January you can use the second week or the third week as your starting week for the fast run. If you miss it or you don't qualify, you have to wait till the beginning of the new month. So that's why take this serious. It's a lot of money, it's a big opportunity, and go full power always with your team. Okay, very, very important. The double points, of course, you cannot only use for the fast run, but also for the startup program. So if you are a new partner, you can also go in your first 4 to 6 weeks with double points very, very quickly for director, regional, national, etc. And the good news is, like always, junior manager, as well as director are permanent for a lifetime. You do not have any yearly requalification because we want to give the small partners as maximum security as possible. Only from RVP and VP, which are top position, you have to requalify once a year. And in the first year, if you do this in SUP, like in the fast run, you get the position for 6 months from this year. So I have a 6 months permanent position, and only if you requalify in the full qualification. So if you do your 2 times 3 months from the fast run, then again you have that position permanent till the end of 2019. Okay, so we give you a lot of help, a lot of support, double points, fantastic incentives, but of course you have to show that you have a stable business, and please do not only work for weeks, but work every month to make good money every month. Now let's have a look again on the opportunity you have. You see the 5-year plan. You just have to choose now this year, 2018, on what position do I want to start and go in my founder program to the very top. And then you can see everything is possible in the 5-year plan accumulated. There's very good income, crazy income, and crazy income. Yes, you are building the next multi-billion euro company, and that is your share of it. That is your bonus that I love to give to you, because you help me to make the dreams come true for millions of people to have financial security and financial freedom in the biggest growth market of the world of all times. So that is what is possible. Again, do not forget to go to your back office right now, download both flyers and brochures, and read it carefully so you really understand what you're doing, because trust me, these are the 2 brochures you must study every evening. You must understand every single word, every single sentence, because this is the book of your wealth. These are the incentives of your wealth for the future, and this will make you very successful. All right? So very important. Download it, read it, understand it, follow the plan in full power speed, lightning speed to the top, and I see you next year in the top position as a new top founder of Wealthside. Wish you all the best, good luck, good success. Your Christian Wiesner, your CEO.